What if the most terrifying thing you've heard about spiders is actually true? Not the giant ones hiding in your basement. Not the venomous ones in the jungle. The ones that might crawl into your mouth while you sleep. You've probably heard the rumor before. Humans swallow 8 spiders a year. Sounds fake, right? A creepy internet myth designed to ruin your sleep forever. But here's the strange part. Nobody can fully prove it never happens. And that raises a disturbing question. What would actually happen if a spider entered your body? Would it survive? Would it bite you from the inside? Could it lay eggs in you? Most people instantly imagine horror movie scenarios. Tiny legs crawling through veins. Eggs hatching under skin. Venom melting organs from the inside out. But reality is somehow both less terrifying and way weirder. Because spiders don't usually want anything to do with humans. To them, you're basically a walking earthquake. Every breath you take creates vibrations. Every snore sounds like danger. Which means if a spider gets near your face at night, it's probably trying to escape, not attack. But accidents happen. Imagine this. It's 3 a.m. Your mouth is open. A spider slips from the ceiling. Suddenly, it's inside you. What happens next changes everything. Most spiders would die almost instantly. Your stomach acid is brutally powerful, strong enough to dissolve flesh, crush bacteria, and destroy tiny creatures in minutes. So technically, the spider becomes protein. Yeah, a midnight snack with extra zinc and folic acid. But that's not even the craziest part. Some people are so terrified of spiders that they physically feel them crawling on their skin, even when nothing is there. It's a real psychological condition called delusional parasitosis. Victims experience itching, biting sensations, even movement beneath the skin. And this is where it gets weird. If your brain can convince you spiders are crawling on you, how would you know when one actually is? Now here's the question nobody asks. What if the spider is venomous? Out of nearly 40,000 spider species on Earth, only a tiny handful are actually dangerous to humans. But some of them are terrifyingly effective killers. Like the Sydney funnel web spider. A spider with fangs powerful enough to pierce a fingernail. And unlike most spiders, this one doesn't bite and run. It holds on. It digs in deeper to pump venom directly into the bloodstream. Even worse, it can survive underwater for almost 30 hours. Which sounds impossible until you realize just how durable these creatures really are. So what if one got inside you? Surprisingly, swallowing a venomous spider usually wouldn't poison you. Because venom only works if it's injected. Your digestive system destroys it before it can do damage. Meaning one of the deadliest spiders on Earth could end up harmless inside your stomach. But here's the terrifying twist. The danger isn't your stomach. It's the journey down. If a spider panics while trapped in your throat, it could bite your esophagus on the way down. And suddenly, the venom enters your bloodstream exactly the way it was designed to. That's when things change for several real victims of funnel web bites. Sweating, muscle spasms, difficulty breathing. Some needed over 10 antivenom injections just to survive. But even that isn't the darkest fear people have. Because for decades, people have whispered about spiders laying eggs inside human bodies. Inside ears, under skin, even in the mouth. It sounds like pure nightmare fuel. But here's the truth nobody expects. Spiders are terrible parasites. Your body is too noisy, too warm, too unstable. They don't want to live in you. They want out. And yet, there have been cases where insects entered human ears while people slept. Which means the fear isn't completely irrational. Imagine waking up and hearing movement inside your own head. But that's still not the most disturbing part. Because the real horror isn't spiders surviving inside humans. It's realizing how badly humans misunderstand them. Think about it. We treat spiders like monsters. We crush them on sight, fear them in silence, panic at the smallest movement in the dark. But what happens if spiders disappear completely? And this is where the story flips upside down. Without spiders, insect populations would explode. Crops would collapse under waves of pests. Disease-carrying insects would spread faster than ever. Entire ecosystems would begin to fail. The creatures we fear most are secretly holding our world together. Every year, spiders consume hundreds of millions of tons of insects worldwide. They are silent exterminators working every second of every night. Without them, your home, your food supply, even your environment would change dramatically. So the next time you see a spider in the corner of your room, you might not be looking at an invader. You might be looking at one of the only reasons your room isn't filled with something worse. But here's the strange part. Even after hearing all this, your brain will probably still panic the next time something brushes against your skin in the dark, because fear doesn't care about logic. And tonight, when you turn off the lights, your mind will remember one thing. Not that spiders probably avoid humans. Not that they can't survive inside you. Not even that swallowing one is mostly harmless. You'll remember the possibility. The tiny chance that somewhere above your bed, something with 8 legs is waiting for gravity to do the rest. And now there's one question you can't stop thinking about. What if one already has?